Hi everyone, this is Erin from Sandpaper Road, and today I am so happy to show you this exploding box I made. I have never made an exploding box before. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? So there's the lid, and I'm it folds open, and I'm sorry the camera's a little shaky, but I couldn't fit the whole image in a still frame. There is a hidden mini album inside the box. So there's enough room for photos, square photos. There's lots of little places for ephemera, tags. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? It's actually really easy to make. Look at that. Look at the embellishments. And there's a extra flap that opens up on all four ends. Just absolutely beautiful. You don't even really need any special tools. I didn't use any chipboard. I didn't use any special tools. I used the lovely When You Smile paper collection. This is by Craft O'Clock, and this is the 12 by 12 collection. I love this paper. If you are a paper person, you're going to have to make yourself cut into this paper. It's gorgeous. Double-sided. The 12 by 12 comes with 6 double-sided sheets. And you saw on the back of the packaging there were some tags and stuff. Look at that. Look at the frame paper on that. It's gorgeous. Now, I also used a ton of the coordinating chipboard die cuts that come with the set. Let me just show you before I get started here. There's no adhesive backing, but they pop out really, really easily. So easily, in fact, you really have to keep it in the package or they'll fly everywhere. But they're really fun to use. Lots of different shapes and sizes. And I used a lot of this is the 6x6. There's 18 sheets in there. Lots from this collection. As a matter of fact, I think I might have completely used up my 6x6 almost when I was making this project. But you get 3 sheets of each design. Look at that. Really similar to the 12 by 12, but just scaled down to the 6 by 6. Great for card makers, and it really was perfect for the dimensions of this exploding box. Look at that. Oh, I just love this. I love the colors. I love the designs. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, that paper is by Craft O'Clock. I almost forgot. I also used a ton from the Junk Journal Extras set. Now this is a combination of just single-sided and double-sided embellishments that you can cut. Basically, they're cut aparts is basically what they are. Tabs, little ephemera pieces, frames. I love that frame. Little tickets, just fun things. And then here it's another, like I said, some of them are double-sided, some of them are single-sided. There's some envelopes there that you can fold and make little, like, if you wanted to include a gift card, or there's a corner pockets there for your larger scrapbook layouts and things like that. You know, lots and lots of ideas. Really definitely worth having in your stash. And I also used the decorative cards sheet. This is a single sheet, 12 by 12, and it's some cut aparts that coordinate with the set. Beautiful. And let's see what else I used for this project. Oh, I used the flowers that coordinate with this set. This is this is leaves. Leaves 12. Here are the flowers. Yes, here are the flowers. Flowers 24. And the leaves and the flowers are fussy cut extras that come on a sheet. And this is the extras to cut elements. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Oh my gosh. And that is the extras to cut set. So let me show you how to make this box now that we've been through the products here. So I'm using one 12 by 12 sheet. And let me just cut this strip off. Now, I did make this project originally as a creative team project. I have a story to tell you about that in a few minutes. So here are the dimensions, and you'll see that it's written in Polish and in English and centimeters and inches. So what you do is you just score down at 4 inches and 8 inches, just clear down the page. Then turn it 1/4 turn. And I have to put this in Polish and in English because the Craft O'Clock company is in Poland. So much of their audience doesn't necessarily speak English. And then you turn that again and do the same exact thing again. So you've got, let me see if I can zoom in here or at least hold it closer. You can kind of see how there's a square there. Okay, do you see that? Now we're going to cut that out of all 4 corners. Okay, right where you had the score lines. Now, I use my paper trimmer to do this just because you could see how I could just have that paper trimmer. I take the blade out and I can just move it and put it back in, and it keeps my line nice and straight. You could certainly use scissors or a craft knife or whatever, but I suppose it just depends on what kind of paper trimmer you have. So we're going to take some time here and cut out these squares, and this is actually going to be the base for our exploding box. Now, apparently, people use chipboard sometimes to make their box. Honestly, I thought to myself, well, let me just give it a try just using the paper, because it's a pretty heavyweight cardstock, and I thought this will probably hold it up, and I knew I was going to be mounting other paper on top of that also. So, and I'm just folding this up into the box shape, and you can just decide which design of the paper you want to show on the outside and which you want to show on the inside. Okay, so these squares that we cut out, we're going to score them at 1/2 inch. All 4 of them. And then what these are going to do, these are going to be the extended flaps. Do you remember in the beginning when I said each of the 4 sides has an extended flap that folds open? This is how we're going to do that. You just fold that little 1/2 inch down, and then you take your scissors and just angle the corners just like so. Don't cut through the fold line. It's really, really, really simple to do. The construction of the box doesn't take that long at all. And then you can spend more of your time decorating. So, okay, so then we're just going to use that flap, and that's going to be how that 1/2 inch flap, and you attach it to the end of each side. You can use double-sided tape. You can use, I have some score tape that I like. It's nice and strong, and it just happens to be the 1/2 inch wide. So make a little bit of an effort here to decide how you want your flaps to look when they're folded in and when they're folded out, and definitely burnish down. So I bet you're thinking in your head, I could do that today with a bunch of 12 by 12 paper that I have. Yes, you could. Now, you have to be mindful though. Start with okay, and see here, I'm going to take a minute and show you. Don't go clear to the edge, just a hair of a lip. I mean, it might be a 1/16 of an inch away from the edge there. You got to have just a little bit of room for your flap to work. Remember, we're going to have a lid that goes on top of this, so you just have to just leave a tiny hair of space, okay? But yeah, if you're going to use your own cardstock or your own pattern paper, feel free. Just make sure it's a heavyweight pattern paper. All right, so I chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sheets from the 6x6 collection, and I am going to cut these at 4 1/4 by 4. All 6 of them, 4 1/4 by 4. And these are going to end up being the little pages here for our, I call it a mini album. It isn't really a mini album, but it acts like a mini album with its little pages. Now, did you see how I thought to myself, now hold on a second. I have to take a second here and look at the design of the paper. I can't just aimlessly start chomping and cutting away. I have to think, okay, these are the pages of the mini album now. That extra 1/4 inch, that is going to be the little fold there. That's going to be the end that we fold in like 1/2 inch. So you almost might want to do like a test run before you start, chopping up your paper, so that you can get a feel of how the pages are going to go, especially if you want to keep a design intact. I mean, we're going to add paper over top, but like some of these, like with the girl, I'm going to leave just the way they are. So I have to be mindful of how I cut it, or the paper, once we put it in the in the middle of the box, is going to, they'll all be different ways otherwise. You'll see in a minute. I love that. I almost could not cut into this one. Look at it. It is so pretty. So this one, I'm not just cutting just a straight 4 1/4. I wanted to keep as much of that little frame as I could. Okay, then I'm going to score, like I said before, each of these pieces here, and I'm lining them all up the same way, the way that I want, and each of these pieces I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Now, this is where you have to take a look and see the 1/2 inch right there, okay? That's where we're going to fold that just the same way we did with those other flaps. But these are going to be pages. So just keep in mind how these are going to be arranged. So the way we do it on the creative team, this is what I was going to say earlier, is there's a calendar, in advance, and we all sign up for projects. And it turned out that I did, two of us, myself and another lady on the team, we made the exact same kind of exploding box with exactly the same kind of paper for exactly the same month. And I was almost done with my video and hers launched first, and I was like, oh no. Okay, I'll continue that story in a minute. I'm pushing my box up against the side of my scoreboard. Now, this is going to be a way that I can line up all my pages when I adhere them so that they will lay straight. You could do this with a T-ruler if you have one, but this is just handy for me, and I like that it's a little bit taller than a ruler, Now, what we're going to do is leave a 1/2 inch. Let me show you here. The crease, see where the base of this part right here, I'm leaving a 1/2 inch space in between the edge and my first little mini album page. Okay, so I measured this 1/2 inch there with my ruler and left, see that? It's kind of tricky, but you have to leave a 1/2 inch or it's going to be a little bit wonky. And now I'm lining up, I'm holding that against the ruler on the bottom and against the score board on the other side. I think what I ended up doing here was using one of the other mini album pages there as just a like a jig, like, because I knew that was 1/2 inch. So I just held the other page there against it. Now see how I've got that 1/2 inch space? And now I just assemble all the other pages just right against the side of the scoreboard and right against the lip of the page before it. So all the next ones will line up with the page before it. Just the first one does not. And I really like using the scoreboard as a way to lean up against, because then all the pages ended up straight. So to finish off my little story here, I didn't know that she was making the same thing, even though she was a few weeks before me, because she wrote it in Polish. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm not making that. But then here we made the same thing. I couldn't even believe it. I mean, what were the chances of that? So anyway, I remade the project, and now I can share this with you on my channel. So she has one made very, very similar. She decorated hers a lot different based on her style. But it's still a fun project. So easy. And she made her box with chipboard. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll link to her box down in the description box below. And then you can see how she made hers with the same collection. And her name is Magda. Hi, Magda. There is our little mini album. I love it. I was so excited when it worked. I mean, how easy was that? The trickiest part was that 1/2 inch space, making room for the 1/2 inch space. Okay, we're going to make the lid now. This is a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 piece. Super easy to cut down from that 6x6 collection. If you have a trimmer that wants to cooperate with you, sometimes my trimmer is a little bit funny. I can't believe that I have been crafting for this long and have never made an exploding box. So I'm now going to score each of the 4 sides I'm going to score it and then turn a 1/4 turn and score it again. This is all 3/4 of an inch. Okay, on each side. I kept losing my bone folder throughout this project. It was actually kind of funny. I mean, I would have it right in front of me, and then it would be just gone. Now, when you fold all those 4 down, you will see that it just creates a little square in each corner, similar to how we did the exploding box. But this time, we're going to just cut directly into the square, like the corners, and cut the right side corner out of each of the 4 sides. Okay. I have these mini glue dots, which were absolutely perfect for this project. And I'm putting it on the corner that is sticking out here. I wonder, did I go back and change this? I think I did. Yeah, because see, I want that flap to be on the inside. So yeah, I was going to say, I thought I went back and changed that. You do put it on the corner, but here's what you have to do. I'm surprised I left that in the video. You have to put it on the outside of the corner. Okay. Not the inside. You have to put it on the outside corner. Because then when you fold it like that, see, the corner gets tucked inside there and sticks to it. Yeah, the outside corner, that's where the glue dot goes. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now I did ink the edges of the lid of the box when I went to decorate it. That right there is the box construction. That is literally all there is to it to make the box. After that, it's completely up to you. Look at that. Look at that. Don't worry about how it kind of sits funny. Once you decorate it, it will quote unquote explode. Okay. So let me share with you the measurements here for how to cut your papers so that you can begin to decorate your box a little bit more easily. I did the measuring for you. So the lid, to make a panel for your lid, is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. That's if you want to decorate the inside, you'll have a nice little panel, and the outside. Those are the measurements for the lid. If you want to put a panel on each flap, those flaps we added, the panels are 3 inches by 3.5 inches, and those go on the 4 flaps that we added, inside or outside or both. Okay. And this can be size of pictures or paper. Now, if you want to do the size of the box, that's 3.5 by 3.5. And those are on all 4 sides of the box if you want to put a panel inside or outside or both. Let me zoom out just a bit here. Now, if you want to add a panel or a photo to your pages, those little mini album pages, that would be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's how you can cut your paper or your photos to go on those little pages that we added. Yeah, same with the photo. So yeah, it's totally up to you. I did not show my decorating process on the video. I just showed how I made the box, but I am going to show you here in just a second how my box ended up to be after I decorated it. Here is the finished box after being decorated. I used a lot of the chipboard embellishments, some quotes from the special occasions quotes set, leaves, flowers, and just some regular glue, glue gun, liquid adhesive. Look at that. And you can see I just added the panels, just the same measurements I just gave you. And there's 2 scraps from the scrap. I just put 2 in a row. There's another chipboard embellishment. There's another chipboard embellishment. Lots of the decorative cards and the junk journal set. Oh my goodness, there's some little decorative cards, tags, in a little envelope pocket. And you can see I left room for photo, and some of the pages, like the girls on the page, I just left intact. Look at that one with the frame and the bird. Some foam tape really adds some nice dimension, and you've got lots of room inside to make it real nice and chunky and dimensional. Now, I will have these measurements posted over on my blog, so I check down below in the description box, and you can head over there and get the measurements. Here's some more close-ups of the finished project. Thank you so much for being a Sandpaper Road subscriber. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring the bell to receive notifications. And if you'd like to buy this paper, you can buy it in the USA at the Sandpaper Road shop. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.